The holidays are coming, and in my humble opinion, the best gift you can give is adventure. Today we're talking about the gear that makes the best gifts for ourselves, for family and partners, or even for that one friend who wants to try backpacking or cross-country skiing. If you're planning on buying outdoor gear for your loved ones, you want to get it right. As any adventurer knows, quality gear can make a big difference, whether you're camping in the wild, hitting the slopes, or going for a run in your neighborhood. Today we're talking with REI Expert Advice Gear Tester Emily Pennington about which outdoor equipment is actually worth your investment. I'm Shelby Stanger, and this is Wild Ideas Worth Living, an REI Co-op Studios production presented by Capital One and the REI Co-op MasterCard. You might remember Emily Pennington from a previous Wild Ideas episode where she talked about the year she spent traveling to every single U.S. national park. In her work as a gear tester, Emily has evaluated and reviewed a lot of equipment for Outdoor Gear Lab, CNN Underscored, and currently REI. Emily is all about finding that sweet spot between gear that's lightweight, durable, and practical. So whether you're shopping for someone else or for yourself, Emily has advice to help you dodge the duds and find the best gear for your adventures. Emily Pennington, welcome back to Wild Ideas Worth Living. It's been a while. When we last spoke, you'd just written your book, Feral, which is fabulous, and you moved to Boulder. So what's been up since then? And just catch us up for people who don't know who you are. What was Feral about, and why'd you move to Boulder? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. I'm probably, most known for my work with the national parks. I work as a journalist and a writer specializing in the national parks. I've been to every U.S. national park, and that's what my book Feral is about. And last time we spoke, I was in Los Angeles, and I was not stoked on where I lived. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to pack up my van and move across the country. So I went for the literally greener pastures of Boulder, Colorado. I can see the Flatirons out my window right now, and I'm so happy here. I feel like as far as wild ideas go, Shelby, I feel like this will be right up your alley. But I started dating someone who's like an amazing guitarist, and I was like, you know what? I'm in my late 30s. I'm just gonna start a rock band and learn guitar.
Well done.
So I'm in this band now. I still write, but when I'm not writing and hunched over my laptop, I'm in this folk rock band called Trouble's Braids, which is super exciting. So we're just, running around, having fun on the side.
I love that. I love that you had this wild idea to just move across the country in your van. And then you actually moved to a great place to discuss what we're talking about today, which is gear. Boulder is probably one of the best places to test outdoor gear because you have everything right in your backyard there.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, that's another consideration that I had when I was moving here because I wanted the 300 plus days of sunshine that you get in Los Angeles, but I also wanted to be able to just walk out my door to a trail or bike ride or, drive 40 minutes and go skiing somewhere in the Rocky Mountains that is amazing and has incredible views like Eldora. So it has been, I had a suspicion that it would be a boon to my writing career because so many of my editors and friends and colleagues are here or in Denver. And it's an awesome place to test gear because there's a creek running right through downtown. So water shoes, hiking, the Flatirons are right here. There's rock climbing. It's amazing.
How fun. So I want to, since this episode's about gear, this is a wild idea of a podcast. So if you're listening, we've never done a podcast like this, but I'm a gear nerd. So I'm just curious how you got into gear testing.
Yeah, I jumped onto the gear team at REI way back in 2019, and I was testing things like hiking socks or coordinating literally dozens of testers for day backpacks. So I've been doing it for a long time, and it's very multi-layered, which I love.
I'm curious, when you test gear now that you write about, there's so much to take into consideration. The people who make these, they're some of them, I know the guy at Outdoor Research is an astrophysicist or an engineer. He started his company because he was at a trip where someone got frostbite and he really wanted to, create gear that worked.
Yeah. I think that one of the cool things about the brand side of gear companies is that you have these people who, maybe could have made twice what they're making at a gear company being a literal textile engineer or, a mechanical engineer, depending on what kind of gear they're making. But instead, they're these passionate outdoor adventurers who really do care about the experience that other people have in the wilderness. And to your point, I have done a fair amount of testing name brand gear against something on Amazon with like 3,000 reviews. And pretty much 100% of the time, in addition to the Amazon gear not having a reliable warranty, a lot of gear at REI, for example, it's literally designed to last for at least, 5-10 years. A lot of it comes with a built-in guarantee. But in addition to that, they are truly using these higher tech fabrics that if you take care of them, they end up being things that you will form almost like an emotional connection with because it's part of your outdoor story and your outdoor experience for years.
I want to start with camping. What's your must-haves when it comes to gear?
I feel like you gotta have a good shelter. I'm a sucker for either the really ultralight big Agnes tents, like the Copper Spur. I'm obsessed with that tent. When I first started backpacking, I wanted to save a little more money though, and I got the ultralight REI. I think it was like a quarter dome or a half dome tent. Those are great. You need a really good shelter.
And you want to actually use your rainfly, which is something I found out the hard way one night.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, it sounds cute to have your rainfly off so that you see the stars. But one time I was camping pretty close to the ocean in Big Sur. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
I had no idea. The morning dew near the ocean is extreme. And so I woke up and I was like, why is my sleeping bag wet? It didn't rain. So I would recommend actually using your rainfly and getting a good like ground tarp. If you're going to get an expensive ultralight tent, having the ground tarp that actually goes with the footprint is super key because then you can protect that like baby fabric floor that's super thin.
Okay, so these are two things I didn't know. And I also camped by the beach. I didn't have a ground tarp and I took the rainfly off because I was camping near the water and it was like 70 degrees and sunny when I went to bed. I woke up soaking wet and was like, what happened?
I also feel like I really value my sleep and I will always pack a sleeping bag that is at least 10 degrees warmer than the forecasted low temperature because like there's nothing worse than being up at 3 a.m. shivering because it's 28 degrees and you're in like a 25-degree sleeping bag and you have all your layers on inside your sleeping bag and you're just trying to like make it through the night. It sucks so much. So like I think I mentioned earlier, I was actually just testing this new bag called the Xped Terra. I think it's only like $250 and it comes in like 5 different sizes. So like a big, tall dude could get a really good sleeping bag, which I think that's like such a cool accessibility story in terms of like, you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get out and go backpacking. And I love that they're doing that.
Well, I really like, I don't love sleeping in mummy sleeping bags. Like, I feel claustrophobic. I get it. If you're backpacking, you got to have one. But I mostly car camp. I'm soft. I'm older now. I love those sleeping bags that just fold up like a quilt. And I'm really into like blankets. So like Rumpel makes a really good blanket. If you're cold and you don't have a warm sleeping bag, you just get one of those packable Rumpel blankets. I think REI has their own blanket. They're pretty awesome and useful.
Yeah, and for car camping, you can literally throw a Rumpel blanket over your sleeping bag.
Exactly.
For like additional warmth. It's so cozy. You can make a little nest.
This is the biggest question I get all the time. Hiking, boots, or trail runners?
For me, it depends. If I'm carrying weight, like if I'm backpacking, especially if it's a longer trip and not just like an overnight, I'm a big fan of hiking boots that have a lot of stability and support because I'm getting older. My feet are kind of messed up. I want to keep doing the sports that I love. So like, I think I just got something called like the Hoka Kaha 2, and it's got this flared kind of heel that I could really feel it when I was backpacking. Like I'm the kind of person who rolls my ankles a lot, even if I'm just walking on a flat trail. And so I noticed that even with like a 35 or 40 pound backpack on, I was like, my heels were very firmly planted on the ground. And I love that for if you're doing like a more rugged trail with a lot of rocks or roots that you're stepping over. I think Salomon also makes some really burly hiking boots that are very well supported, very stabilizing for your feet if you're going to be hiking with weight on.
Are you a runner?
I used to be, but I was also a dancer for so much of my life that I messed up my feet quite young. I'm a big fan of like La Sportiva and Hoka trail runners and ultras as well. If you have like, I have kind of between a medium and a wide foot. Ultras are great if you like a wide trail runner. And all three of those, they make such a great variety. Like I do the super cushy, like cloud-like trail runners now that I'm older. I know a lot of people love the zero drop stuff, but I generally flip the shoe over and I look for something with really aggressive lugs, because even if half the trails I go on are mellow, I'm really gonna want that stability and that extra like grip. If it rains, if it's muddy, I like having something with a really grippy bottom.
I'm ultra all day, or my partner, he likes Vivo Barefoot, and we're big fans of foot health, and I find that the wide toe box has been really a game changer for me, and being able to run better. Zero drop works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. And you know, for running shoes like Brooks, Ultra, but if I go hiking, I've never been on like a 4-day or over backpacking trip. The most I've done is like a night. So I always just wear Ultra running shoes, and you know, but I've never carried a super heavyweight backpack.
That wide toe box is good for descending too if you are backpacking. I would also, I'd add that I love throwing super feet into whatever shoes I have, whether it's a hiking boot or a trail runner. They have running specific ones. They have ski boot specific ones that just blew my mind last winter.
So super feet, just for those who don't know, are insoles.
Yes, they're like these insoles. I think some of them are customizable now as well to your foot shape, but they'll take an amazing hiking shoe and make it like out of this world. They'll just make it so much more comfortable. You get more arch support. It just adds more for someone like me who has feet that have just been through a lot for many decades. I really believe in foot health, and I feel like anything that you have that's touching the ground and getting a lot of that strike force is worth spending money on.
What about socks?
Oh my gosh. I'm also a sock nerd. I wrote a big, it was many years ago, but for REI, I wrote a big sock, like hiking sock guide. For hiking and backpacking, like the darn tough socks are just
people
so
love
good.
those.
And they finally started making cute patterns. So I have these darn tough like critter socks that have raccoons on them that I'm obsessed with. And I wear them like just out like walking my dog in the morning because they make me happy that I have little raccoon socks.
Still got holiday shopping to do? Want to turn those purchases into more fun outdoors? With card rewards earned at REI and everywhere else, the REI Co-op MasterCard turns everyday purchases into limitless possibilities. And this holiday season, that means gifts for them and rewards for you. Use your REI Co-op MasterCard to score your favorite gear, gift cards for your loved ones, and even on-sale items at REI. You'll earn 5% in card rewards on all your REI purchases and 1.5% on all purchases outside of REI. And you can redeem those card rewards as you earn them. That means keeping more cash in your pocket this holiday season. To learn more and find out if you're pre-approved, visit rei.com/MasterCard-podcast. That's rei.com/MasterCard-podcast. Terms apply. Hey everyone, I want to tell you about a podcast I think you're going to love. It's called Finding Mastery. Each week you'll dive into the minds of the world's greatest athletes, leaders, thinkers, and doers with past Wild Ideas guest Dr. Michael Gervais, a high-performance psychologist who's worked with Super Bowl winning NFL teams, Fortune 50 CEOs, Olympic medalists, and extreme athletes exploring the edge of human potential. Tune in as Dr. Gervais sits down with high performers like David Goggins, Brené Brown, Jimmy Chin, Lindsey Vonn, and Alex Honnold to translate their mental skills into tools you can use to unlock your potential. If you're looking for a podcast to inspire you and provide actionable takeaways to become your very best self, I recommend you check out Finding Mastery, available wherever you listen to podcasts. More than 100 years ago, Nikon's very first product was actually binoculars. That's right, not cameras, binoculars. Today, Nikon is still crushing it in the optics game. From the trails to the treetops, Nikon binoculars are built to go the distance. Designed in Japan with precision engineering and decades of optical expertise, they deliver brightness, sharpness, and clarity, whether you're birding, hiking, checking the surf, or just taking in the views. The Monarch series is rugged enough for your wildest adventures, while the Pro Staff lineup offers incredible value without compromising performance. And with one of the lowest return rates in the industry, you know these binoculars are built to last. So next time you're out chasing wild ideas, bring a pair of Nikon binoculars and see the world like never before. What are you waiting for? Head to your local REI store or rei.com and grab a pair today. Since you live in the mountains, it's about to be snowboard ski season. Do you ski or do you snowboard?
I ski.
Awesome. I snowboard, so this is going to be perfect. So any must-have gears for our winter adventures?
Yeah, I just got my first powder skis now that I'm properly in Colorado and I'm trying to get more expert at skiing. I got these Rossignol something Soul, Rally Soul Bird, something like that. They're these amazing Rossignol skis, and they're women specific, and I'm obsessed with them, and I kind of can't wait for it to snow. I love the fall colors here in Boulder, but I'm also excited to get on these skis again. I also just got my first nice ski boots. I think they're the Salomon S Pro something, and I got my liners heat molded. I got the Superfeet snow specific. They probably make snowboarding ones too. I got the Superfeet for your ski boots, so my arches are supported, and I love it. I love it. I'm my goal is to be able to ski all day very comfortably and not have weird foot aches.
That's a huge goal.
What about you for snowboarding? I feel like the gear can be so different.
It's so tricky. I mean, I got all my gear from Burton 2 or 3 years ago, and now it's probably ancient. I think that's the hard thing is I'm one of those people who right now I'm going to go rent my gear from REI or from a local mountain shop wherever I go, because I only ski a couple times a year, snowboard. But for me, the biggest piece of gear for me that's been a game changer is a neck gaiter. And I know that sounds weird, but I used to never wear one, and a helmet. I'm from the days where you just wore a beanie on the mountain, and a helmet can make such a big difference. One, it's dangerous out there. It's good to protect your head, but two, they're really warm. Also good goggles. I have pterygiums in my eyes. I know it's gross, but I have surfer's eye from staring at the sun, teaching surfing. So I really need good goggles.
Yeah.
And good glasses. There's so many pairs of goggles out there. And glasses. I don't know. Do you have a favorite pair? I
just got, okay, so I love the Zeal goggles for skiing that have the interchangeable lenses. I also, this is another reason I'm excited for it to be ski season. I learned that there's this thing called OTG goggles, which is over the glasses goggles. I'm not a contact lens wearer because my prescription's pretty good. I can see pretty well without these on. But, like most people, my prescription is getting a little higher as I get older. And so if I wear, these are giant glasses I'm wearing right now, but if I wear my more slim, compact ones, I got these Smith OTG goggles, and you wear them over your glasses, and they're designed so that they don't fog up. They have a special nose bridge. So for glasses wearers, I'm excited because I think I'll be able to do more advanced ski stuff because I'll be able to see better.
I think that would help me too. I actually wear glasses for distance, so that's really helpful and really good to know. I'm curious, is there any other underrated winter accessories that we should think about? I've heard about heated boots. I'm really curious to try them. They kind of freak me out, but heated socks, heated boots. It sounds
Yeah, I
amazing.
had the Rossignol ones. They were actually, I would say heated boots are cooler than heated socks in my limited testing. I'm also like very ADHD though, so I forget to charge things. So, or I forget to turn them on. Like unless I'm freezing, I'll forget to like click the button and turn it on when I get on the lift. So I'm like wearing these heated boots and they're like doing nothing. So that's me. That's a me issue though. um I will say, yeah, they're pretty cool. If you are someone whose toes are always cold when you're doing snow sports, like it might be worth a look. Um, in terms of just like little accessories, especially like, as we're thinking about like gifting a little bit, I really love a nerdy balaclava. Like
That's what I
it
mean.
might,
Yeah, like one of those
yeah,
things.
it might not look cool. Like Skeeta just started making all these awesome like prints and patterns, and there's cool floral ones. I have a balaclava that matches a dog bandana from them. So my dog and I can match if we go out in the snow, which is so cute.
You must look really cool matching your dog.
I think I look awesome matching my dog.
I know we didn't like prep you for this before, but like I really like to travel light.
Oh, same.
And I think it's hard today. There's certain gear that is really good to travel with that makes things easy traveling light, and there's other stuff that is challenging. And I guess there's one piece of gear right now I have in front of me, and like that's this platypus water bottle. It's like just a piece of plastic, fill it with water, and it's amazing. You can just crumble it up, fold it in your backpack. I take this hiking with me all the time, and I've reused this since 2016, so it's old, but it's lasted, and it holds over 2 liters of water, maybe 2.5. I don't know. Anyway, are there certain things that you really like when it comes to like travel gear?
Absolutely. One of my favorite things that I've been using for almost 10 years now that's still going strong, it looks brand new, basically, and I use it all the time, is the Patagonia Black Hole.
Oh, yeah. I have that
duffel.
Black Hole duffel. Yeah.
The Black Hole duffel is key. Yeah, especially I would say the 45 liter is the one that I'm obsessed with. I tried the smaller one. It was like a little too small for me. The 45 liter, it turns into a backpack. It does have a compartment on the outside that is pretty waterproof, I believe. So you can either put shoes.
And you can put your computer in it.
Yeah. Or your computer. Yeah, exactly. You can figure out what you want, but it's separate from your clothes. So something like dirty shoes or, a swimsuit could go in there theoretically. But there's so many pockets. It's so customizable. It's relatively weatherproof. No one's ever going to bat an eye. It's a soft bag. So I can squish it in between other bags because it's a soft-sided duffel, and it holds so much stuff. I literally went to Svalbard. Svalbard is like this amazing Arctic, tiny little archipelago with a small city. And I was there in late September, so it had just snowed. And I was there for over a week, and I just had this little carry-on duffel bag with massive, like dinner outfits, big jackets, hiking boots. I had all of it, and it magically, with my laptop, fit into this bag. So that's my favorite.
So a soft bag is really key for travel. Is there anything else that, especially for traveling light, like clothes-wise, that's something that's hard to find for me? Like, how do you look cute but travel light?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan right now of, like, in terms of base layers. I love the Artelect base layers, and I also love pretty much everything that Paca is doing. It's like this alpaca.
Can you tell me the first brand you said?
Yeah, Artelect. It's this material that's called New Yarn, which is like a thinner version of merino wool, and they make these really layerable earth tone or black base layers that I love because they're just so simple and modern that they could go under or over anything and not look like you just got off a hike. REI has a really amazing just store brand raincoat that if you get a raincoat that's in black, you can layer it over almost anything, and you could go to dinner without looking like a total dirtbag hiker. So I'm a big fan of like bringing a very simple like black or navy rain jacket with me when I travel.
You brought up another area of expertise that I wanted to talk about. Material. Like a lot of the stuff I wear is synthetic and plasticky, and I don't love that. I really do love the more natural materials like wool. And I'm curious how I can find more of it, who's doing a good job with it.
Yeah. So So yeah, it's so interesting the trade-off between synthetic and wool. I've seen personally by having certain base layers for about 10 years now that synthetic is definitely more durable than wool. It's not going to break down as quickly. It might be more water repellent. Obviously, like rain jackets and pants are going to be synthetic because I don't think you can have like a fully waterproof wool, like rain pant. But that being said, wool is naturally antimicrobial, which means that it's not going to get funky and stink up as quickly if you're backpacking for like a week-long trip in the summer. I really am a fan of Smart Wool's thermal, like classic thermal crew or whatever they're called. They come in a million different patterns and they rotate them every year. So those are really fun. New yarn is the fabric I was talking about earlier. It is technically a type of wool. I believe it's spun differently so that it can be really, really thin, but still be as durable as like a thicker base layer. And then, like I mentioned very briefly earlier, I'm really in love with everything that this company Paka is doing. I just got this awesome pullover sweater that I lived in. I was just at this cabin for 3 days in the kind of higher elevation Rocky Mountains, and it doesn't rain that much in Colorado, but it rained all weekend. And I was like living in this alpaca sweater, riding horses and going mountain biking, and I was so toasty and so warm, even though it was wet. It repels moisture a little bit, and also wool and alpaca fibers naturally insulate even when they get wet, which is really important as a safety feature in case you get stuck out in the rain and you're not expecting it.
What about like gifts under $50?
This is a great question. I feel like I'm a big advocate for like more accessible, affordable outdoor gear. So I feel like I'm often trying to look for things that are under $50. Getting someone a good backpacking pillow, those are usually right around $50 and often something that people don't have. It's like a nice little luxury item that only weighs a couple ounces. I don't think anyone can have too many hats. I love the like Sunday afternoons hats. They make really cool, like nerdy, like it covers your neck, like trail running and hiking hats. But I like the trucker caps because I like to look cool like you, Shelby.
I actually got the new REI like printed bucket hats. They're so cute. And I have another one that's like a wide brim hat that folds up really nice that I take when I volunteer at the Buddhist monastery, and it's amazing and it's cute.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love them because like I wear a hat every single day of my life walking my dog in the morning because I don't want to put on sunscreen and feel greasy yet. So I think I have these like Wallaroo sun hats that I'll sometimes wear when I want to look a little more hippie and not do a trucker cap.
So hats, food. What about headlamps?
Yeah, I believe it's BioLite. They just came out with a new headlamp that is rechargeable. So you don't have to worry about like not having enough AAA batteries with you on your car camping trip or whatever. And yeah, super critical piece of gear for like if you have to go pee in the middle of the night and you don't want to stumble around in the woods, or maybe you get to your campsite kind of late and you're cooking. Like having a really good like 300 or 400 lumen at least headlamp is great. Those are often right around $50 as well. I believe also a number of different backpacking food companies. Like this is like if you want to gift something to someone you don't know very well, or maybe someone who has everything already, a backpacker or car camper will probably never have enough fun food items. And I think they make these like 3 packs where maybe it's like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So like they're good to go for like a little weekend warrior expedition.
Fun. I like those Lumi solar powered lights. They are really cool, and they're just kids like them. I like Space Saver cubes, packable cubes from Eagle Creek. Other brands make them, but it's fun to like be a nerd and organize your gear.
You reminded me of one more thing that I do love that I think is $40. The REI Flash 18 day pack.
Day pack is the best day pack ever. I agree.
It has a hip belt. So if you carry like a bunch of water in it, it's not going to like sag down on your shoulders. It's so thin and small. So you can put it in, if you're traveling for 2 weeks with just a carry-on, you can like squish it into your carry-on. You have a day pack. For hikes or whatever.
Yeah, we take it everywhere.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The 22 is also good, the 22 liter. But for under $50, the 18, I think it even has a little like ice axe or trekking pole loop. It has a cinch top so you can open and close it with mittens. Yeah, I'm obsessed with this pack. It's always coming in fun, cute prints too. Like I think they're constantly changing it.
What's on your holiday wish list?
Oh man. I mean, I mentioned, like, I really just want to get a good mountain bike at some point. I went mountain biking this weekend at this, like, dude ranch that I was staying at for a travel story. And they had the really nice ones with the seat dropper posts. And I was like, this is incredible. The engineering that goes into, like, a good lightweight mountain bike amazes me.
That's a pretty good wish
list. Sounds like a Santa wish list. Yeah. Like, Santa, please bring me a mountain bike down the chimney.
The gear we take on adventures really does matter. We want things that last, that are crafted with care, and that feel like us. Over time, your gloves, your stove, your favorite camping mug and beanie, they all carry memories like an old photo album. When you set up your tent or settle into your camp chair, you remember every backcountry site you've slept at and the marshmallows you've roasted sitting around the campfire. Good gear becomes part of our story. I hope this episode gives you ideas for your own wish list this holiday season, and most of all, gets you thinking about the big, wild ideas you have in store for 2026. We'll link up all the gear we talked about today in the show notes. We'll also include links to REI's holiday gift guides on expert advice, with even more recommendations for all the outdoorsy people in your life. Be sure to share this episode with your favorite gearheads so they can weigh in, and if you have a favorite piece of gear, let us know in a review wherever you listen. If you want to follow Emily, check her out on Instagram at Brazen Backpacker. That's BrazenBackpacker. You can also find her book, Feral, about traveling to all 63 national parks on Amazon and wherever books are sold. Wild Ideas Worth Living is part of the REI Podcast Network. It's hosted by me, Shelby Stanger, produced by Annie Fassler, Sylvia Thomas, and Sam Piers-Nitzberg of Puddle Creative. Our senior producer is Jenny Barber. Our executive producers are Paolo Motola and Joe Crosby. As always, we love it when you follow the show, take time to rate it, and write a review wherever you listen. And remember, some of the best adventures happen when you follow your wildest ideas.